Our first show in Seattle was at Chop Suey in July of 2002. And anyway, we played the gig. Our first record had just coming out. We were touring in my minivan.
In the Grand Voyager.
Yes. It was Dan, my brother Mike, and I. And anyway, we played the gig. It was the first gig that we'd ever played where like 100 people showed up. It was our biggest gig, and it was pretty awesome. But we didn't really have any money, and we had nowhere to stay.
Understatement.
Yeah, we had no money, and we had nowhere to stay. And the van was parked outside of Chop Suey. So Mike's friend from college was at the show, invited Dan and Mike to a party. But I wanted to make sure the shit didn't get stolen in the van. Because everyone kept warning us before the tour. Like all of our friends who toured, watch your stuff, don't let your van get broken into. I was on watch, and also I was exhausted because I'd been staying up all night doing all the night drives, and Dan was doing all the day drives. So anyway, I woke up like at 2:30 in the morning, and I had to pee really bad. So I went to slide the door open to go pee, and I saw like 30 dudes in like Santa Claus outfits outside of, this bar next to Chop Suey. So I closed the door and tried to pee into a bottle, fucked it all up, and got pee all over the inside of the fucking van, and ended up, I had nothing to do, so I kind of opened the little window to dump it out the side, and just got pee all down the side of the van and all over the inside. And I went to sleep, finally fell asleep, totally freaked out. I had no idea what was going on. And the next day, somehow we figured out that it was a gay bar, and it was a Christmas in July
party.
Gay bar party, yeah. It was all right, but there was a 3-day stretch though on that part of the tour. The Vancouver, Seattle, Portland stretch were like there was the biggest up of the tour and the lowest low.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also
Literally, the Seattle was the biggest up. It was the most people we'd ever played in front of, and then we went to Portland, and it was like the worst show we'd ever played in our lives.
And then there was also
we opened for a black metal band,
yeah.
and we watched the lead singer smoke crack before the show.
Yeah. And warn us about how we should never do drugs or buy drugs. And then we caught him like chasing down a crack dealer, just ripped him off. But then also right before Seattle was Vancouver, and that was the scariest show we've ever played.
Oh my God, we stayed in a youth hostel, and it was just all heroin addicts.
There was a
insane.
murderer for sure.
There was a guy with this ball of what's it called?
Pot. It was weed. Just
No. It was
was it hash?
like hash.
Mhm.
Hashish. It was like a softball size.
Yeah.
And he was sitting in this little courtyard at this hostel that we stayed in. So we went in, got our room. There was like a pipe on the windowsill, like, and we leave, we play our show, we come back, and the softball is now like the size of a golf ball.
Is that possible?
And his eyes he looked dead.
Shaved head, tracksuit.
He looked like a human zombie.
Yeah. I mean, there was some sort of Eastern European gangster stereotype.
Yeah, he had a weird tracksuit. We slept there.
I barely slept though.
Something's happening.
That's the night. Pat smoked weed that night, and it was awesome because he doesn't do weed very well.
I don't smoke weed.
Why?
I turn into like
That guy who was in the courtyard, basically.
I turn into like
Paranoid Lloyd.
yeah.
He fell
paranoid.
asleep.
Are you paranoid?
He
Oh my
fell
God.
asleep and like I don't know.
think every
maybe
single
Michael brushed his foot and he like jumped up
I think
and like screamed.
I think everyone's talking about me. I think that I like sound like a moron. I can't smoke weed. I get so paranoid, and then I also like it gets really spun out. Yeah, don't do it.